Alright guys, little rundown on my El Camino project here. Told you I was going to put it on YouTube, let y'all look at it when I'm doing it. Got it slightly unburied. Figuring out where I left off. I've got most of the dash kind of made here. I'm not going to put a glove box over here. I still have to find a way to mount it down in the bottom corner, still a little loose. I have screw holes across the top, and I have some kind of mounts down here, I think. I might not have made those mounting brackets yet. This all unclips. It all comes apart pretty easy. I still have yet to cut my hole for my climate control, and I have to cut a hole down below that for a radio. And I'm thinking about a reverse camera screen down here. My plan was to put a reverse camera in the back and then another reverse camera out the passenger side fender well so I could see a blind spot out there, because the car's not real great for blind spots when it's a car and I'm gonna put on a four-wheel drive truck chassis and then raise it up with bigger tires. The blind spot on that side is gonna be even worse. So that's kind of what my plans are. I've got a couple of these pieces made. This one fits in over here, kind of seals off that side. This piece down here is going to screw onto here and mount onto the side. So it's going. It's got the Tahoe floor pan in it, the Tahoe firewall in it. I'll take this piece of the dash off and I'll show you what's all behind it, which is basically the Tahoe dash behind it. So I don't have all the screws in it at this point. Just put a couple in it to kind of hold it where it's at. And that pops off like that. As you can see, you have the Tahoe heater AC unit bolted to that Tahoe firewall. Tahoe firewall is fabbed into the El Camino dash, per se, what's left of it. This is a custom air box. It dumps the air straight out instead of having the air get shifted to different vents across the dash. The dash vent is just straight in the middle. It does have defrost vents that come out, the defrost holes from the El Camino, so that'll still look somewhat factory up there. And it still has the dumps for the air down to the bottom where your feet go on both sides. You just don't have the vents on the very sides over here. I will have a small grill over here, like maybe expanded steel, expanded aluminum with small little holes to put across that, so nothing will fall in there. But then all this has a screw in it right here. This piece, I remade the bracket that holds these two units, because this unit was over here at the factory side of it, but I needed to be directly above it for the spacing. So I used some plastic adhesive glue. It's ABS plastic, so you find some ABS glue and you're pretty well good to go. It's not going to go anywhere, especially when it's bolted in. clips in and put a screw down on the bottom. I don't know what else to show for now. This typically has 2 screws at the bottom. I just didn't put them in as I'm mocking it all up. I do have some spots on the dash that I need to fix, or not necessarily fix, but finish them. They're kind of rough. They need to be smoothed out. And at that point, I get the dash done. I can run the wiring, make sure that's all where it needs to be, and then take it all back apart and paint all the welded areas. That's all got to get sanded down and painted. It's all welded up in there. It's not the prettiest. Bunch of burnt paint right now, but all the welds are solid. I did have to split the firewall and the floor pan down there to get them the right height, and the pedal is hitting the floor right now. There's no throttle cable hooked up right now, but I have to fix that so I can get full acceleration, full throttle on it. So I'm going to take the dash, put it over there on my bench. So I've got to fix this little area right here. It's obviously not finished. This little area needs to get smoothed over. And all this needs to get sanded down. It's just kind of roughed. It's reinforced. I had to box that area in so it looked nice. But I have to sand it all down. I have to sand all this down. And I have to finish this. That little triangle piece that goes over here, I have to find a way to mount it on here and finish that in. So we're going to do a little fiberglass tonight. And as soon as I get that fiberglass done, I'll check back in with you. All right, guys, got a little bit of fiberglassing done. Not as much as I wanted to. I had to go outside and fix my air compressor. Had a little problem with the low pressure switch. Has some corrosion on it, and it wasn't allowing it to trigger the low pressure so the air compressor would come on. So as I was sanding this stuff down with my DA, I was running out of air, and I couldn't figure out why for a while. So I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but it's getting a little late at night, so we just got as much done as I could. Got a little bit of it laid around this corner to build this corner up and kind of smooth it out, round it out. I use this material to go around these edges. I'm using it as a filler, not as a structural thing. I'll use the matting for the structure. And this, you can see where I've used the matting down here and where I've used the material over here. Material is cheap, and it goes around corners a lot better than the matting does. Even the other type of matting that looks more like carbon fiber doesn't go around corners as easy as material does. So that's why I use material. It works really good for me. As long as you get the resin smashed in there real good, get it really loaded up with resin, it'll stick just fine, and it'll work just fine. So I've got that corner area worked up, this area worked up, and I'm going to bring my heat lamp over here because without it, it's not going to cure for a very long time. Turn this on for 45 minutes or so. Just have to remember to keep it away from this piece of ABS plastic that's actually part of the Tahoe dash. That will melt faster than the fiberglass will melt from the heat. So always wear your safety gloves when you're working with fiberglass. It's nasty stuff. And when you're sanding it, you should wear a respirator. Keep that in mind, guys. So we'll let this dry overnight, and I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, to get some more of this done. Take care, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you know a trick with fiberglass, post it in the comments. Let me know. I'm all up for learning new things, new ways of doing things, easier ways of doing things. It also helps my channel out. Helps my channel out when you hit that like button or when you leave a comment. The more people collaborate on my channel, the more people get to see my channel. That's the way YouTube works. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, watch this El Camino project of mine kind of come alive. It's going to be a while. It's going to kind of drag on, I should say. But hopefully it gets done before summertime. Take care, guys. Wear your safety equipment. I'll be back in hopefully tomorrow.